Real estate sales and purchases are the most important transactions of your life, making it essential you hire the right real estate agent. I'm Greg Fanning with the Property Pros team at eXp Realty. Over the last 4 years, I have amassed a network of industry leaders to help before, during, and after your deal closes, resulting in a 5-star rating, leaving you with happy memories. Whether it's residential or commercial, relocation or investments, I'm the only realtor you'll ever need. Well, it's been a long winter season. While Mother Nature is trying to figure out what season she wants it to be, it's time for UPSL action in Herkimer, New York. Welcome to Wareham Stadium for the home opener of the UPSL men's spring season, featuring the match between the New York Shockers and the United Elite Krajisnik Football Club Premier Team. We'll be right back after the anthem and starting lineups are announced. Real estate sales and purchases are the most important transactions of your life. Making it essential you hire the right real estate agent. I'm Greg Fanning with the Property Pros team at eXp Realty. Over the last 4 years, I have amassed a network of industry leaders to help before, during, and after your deal closes, resulting in a 5-star rating, leaving you with happy memories. Whether it's residential or commercial, relocation or investments, I'm the only realtor you'll ever need. New York Shockers come to town to compete against your undefeated United League Premier team. All rise and remove your hats for the national anthem.
Hide my son!
Number 5, Adeline Bozabasic. Cody Gerson. Number 9, Jorge Lozada. Number 10, Davi Moritzson. Number 15, Bakir Omersevic. Number 4, Ricardo Orozco. Number 19, Denelson Solis Munoz. Number 6, Riley Uri. And in goal, number 1, Andrew Taylor.
So, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to another season of spectacular soccer play as we have our home opening match, the New York Shockers against your United League Krajisnik Football Club here over at Wareham Stadium, and it is a windy, breezy one tonight, and the rain still keeps pummeling down in the Mohawk Valley here in upstate New York. But we're here for some awesome soccer. United League Krajisnik Football Club coming into the season undefeated. 4 games played, 4 games with a W, and there are a lot of familiar faces on this field tonight. You're going to see a lot of the same players that played for either M1 or M2 during the wintertime, and this is a great spectacle of soccer play with these players. A lot of familiar faces, a lot of old players that have come back and have been re-signed, ready to rock and roll for this spring season. So as we get ready for this UPSL match, throw-ins coming off of the sideline from the Shockers coming in. Good defense and good steal. We do have some familiar faces, and Wanalave Dragan is on this roster. Not sure if he's out on the field yet today. Gordy Gerson is on the roster. You know, a lot of big names. Ricky Orozco, who won a whole bunch of awards for his play in M2 for the United League Krajisnik Football Club M2 team for indoor. We have through ball coming through. Dragan wasn't able to quite get there. All right, Gordy's playing up top tonight, number 3. Pressing that defensive line as we're coming down, trying to cross that ball in. And Krajisnik putting some pressure on the New York Shockers at this point, getting ready to go, trying to get those scoring opportunities right away. But there are a lot of familiar faces. Ricky Orozco, as I was saying, going in, playing for this roster, coming off of a season with some awards from M2. Andrew Taylor as well, your goaltender. He received awards for his play as goalie for M2. Just a lot of really good play here, and of course Tarek is back along with JP coaching this group of elite players. So Riley throws that ball in, and Krajisnik resets, coming back. Alave in the middle. Looking for that open pass, playing wide on that field. Beautiful turf field for the Herkimer Generals. Both the men's and women's teams play out here. Lacrosse plays out here. This is a great stadium, outdoor stadium for HCCC. The Shockers trying to get that through ball, but great defense from Krajisnik as usual. Krajisnik known for their defense and controlling the ball, possession always. Looking for those open opportunities.
Hope she charged you double.
So Krajisnik playing in their back third of the field as we're approaching 4 minutes into this match. Referee calling a throw in from the other side. Tarek trying to fire everybody up. It's a cold, chilly evening. And people still coming into the stands to watch this match and enjoy a little soccer in the middle of the week. So the Shockers are delaying here a little bit, trying to get open, having their players fill open space. Krajisnik there to steal possession of the ball, switching the field over. Riley hesitated there. Now he's got to battle for it. Little hand checking. And here comes Gordy. Gordy applying pressure. Playing that upper striker forward position. And those of you who are fans of UCFC, you know the power of Gordy always going up and being able to attack and score at a moment's notice. So as we just getting underway here with 5 minutes into play, Krajisnik is not able to clear the defensive zone. The Shockers going ahead and controlling play right now. They're controlling the flow on their half. Riley down, but right back up, pops right back up. So Krajisnik comes in 4-0. The only true undefeated team for the Western New York Eastern Division. As another Shockers throw in. So Krajisnik trying to control things and keep possession. We're looking at for Krajisnik right now the statistics for the beginning of the season. 9 goals, 3 against, 12 points on the season. Doing really well. For this New York Shockers team, they played 3 games. They've got 1 win, 1 draw, and 1 loss. 5 goals, 5 goals against, 4 points on the season. So, Krajisnik is definitely setting the pace and has doubled up on the second place team, the Amlima FC team that they will see later on in the season. Shockers trying to get those through balls, hit their forward up in the zone as we approach the 7-minute mark for the beginning of this match. So really the temperature and the rain and the wind is really going to have an impact. It's always kind of breezy up here at the top of the hill for on the campus of HCCC here at Wareham Stadium. But tonight is exceptionally windy. Got storms that have come through today, going to continue tomorrow. So the teams as a whole, both sides, Shockers and Krajisnik, as the Shockers have brought it deeper and deeper. They're outside the 18. Shot on goal, and that wind is going to be a deciding factor. Old Glory up there whipping in the wind. It's going to knock down those shots. The weather is definitely going to be a factor. If it continues to be the light mist rain, goaltenders are going to have to make sure that they have a lot more focus on possessing that ball, using their hands, make sure that their gloves are ready to go to make those saves and have connection. Just missing Adeline playing on the outside, and just missed him on the sideline. Another throw in for the Shockers. Shockers throw in to Tenzin. Still playing in the middle of the field. Little back pass. Wasn't really ready for that. Gordy's trying to cut that pass off. Directing traffic. There's the attack. Shockers coming back. You have the shot from Michael McFarland. Looked more like he was kicking a field goal for the NFL. Here we go, controlled by Ricky Orozco. And he's really going to be one of the stars for this team that needs to continuously bring everything that he had for M2 and bring it to the UPSL field and continue to be a strong player. Shot on goal, and player was offsides. Calling rude. Rhoda being offsides, taking that shot. Still wide. Goaltender didn't even need to move. Andrew Taylor in the back, protecting the posts. So the Shockers here have a free kick. Calling for 10, which is customary. So Davi's got to back up. Krajisnik building a wall. Ricky Roscoe is in there, as well as Kyle Gentrick. Shockers take the free kick, header on to Andrew, and Taylor's got it. High pressure, lots and lots of pressure from the Shockers, and now you got players coming through. Slide tackle play, Krajisnik throwing, quick throwing, trying to hit that counter attack, and now another one. So Davi didn't actually take the throw, rolled it back to his defender. So Adeline taking that throw in again. So Krajisnik systematically just working their way down the field, knocking the ball off of the Shockers players. There's Gordy. Not a lot of pressure, not a lot of press. We have a steal in the offensive zone. 2 sliding plays, just missing a corner kick opportunity. So now we've got throw-in. Should be a throw-in for Krajisnik. The refs called it for the Shockers. Gordy with the ball in the middle, trying to get some sort of offensive pressure and movement going here for Krajisnik. It seems the Shockers are just a little bit quicker to the ball right now, a little bit faster. And then once Krajisnik gets the ball, now we've got a swarming style of play from the Shockers. And a goal kick after Krajisnik tried to get the ball into the 18 for a quick play. Shockers coming out. New York has been able to break through a little bit in the neutral zone in the middle of the field. However, now Krajisnik getting control, crossing that ball in. Ball from Gordy. Ricky Roscoe seems to be controlling the middle of the field. Krajisnik getting involved with their defensive back 3. Shockers playing 4-back defensive line. And now a chip pass coming through. Control in the box. Lost control of the ball. Another goal kick. So Jorge Lozada going through the middle, and unfortunately wasn't able to keep control of that ball to be able to put a shot on goal. And goal kick, we're gonna do that for a second time. Ball out short. Krajisnik really not putting any pressure on the ball carrier. Back to Andrew Taylor, who's going to send it up top. Oh, and the referee caught it out. He called it out of bounds. Riley Uri trying to generate some offense and get that ball up to the front line again. Another chip opportunity for Jorge or for Gordy, and unfortunately wasn't able to do it. The goaltender or the referee on the sideline called the ball out of bounds. Now the Shockers are back in the offensive zone against Krajisnik as we hit the 15.5-minute mark, and there's Andrew Taylor right there, who is not getting up. Not sure if he came in, one of the players came in and cleated him. He was down fighting for the ball, trying to gain that position. Andrew popping up, checking his arm, checking his hand. Might have gotten a cleat. But right now it looks like for the Shockers, Begir Thorntonson seems to be generating a lot of the challenges. Every time that Riley Uri is possessing the ball and containing the ball, Begir is right on top of him. And there he is lining him up, watching for that through ball. We have another one coming down for Davi. So Krajisnik right now is trying to figure out this four-person back. And they've had a couple of opportunities, but nothing really serious. Ryan Henning, the goaltender for New York, able to control everything. He's really having nothing really making him sweat back there yet. Very comfortable. And the Shockers coming down into the offensive zone again. Shot on goal. Taylor was right there. Shot goes wide. Ball came through, and Elias just missed that outside post. Andrew Taylor was right there. Now Krajisnik coming out through the middle of the defense, trying to get it out of their back third. Shocker player takes a tumble. Shockers having conversations with the bench, getting a little bit of an instruction from the head coach for the Shockers. So right at the top of the 18, ball comes in. Shockers break out. Krajisnik is right there. But there's Begir again. He's always at that midline. Andrew Taylor with the free kick out of the box. And Gordy's right there. Good defense from New York right now. They're eating up everything that Krajisnik is trying to do. So free kick for Krajisnik. New York thought that it was supposed to be for them. Krajisnik retains possession of the ball. They get free kick. And as Krajisnik comes up, there's no pressure on. Passes are just, they're not connecting right now for Krajisnik. New York has complete control. Gordy's coming in, applying a little bit of pressure on the goaltender. But again, the goalie's got all the time in the world. And now a launch coming through. Back in place makes the play. Free kick for Krajisnik off of the play. Kyle passes back into the middle. And here comes Ricky Orozco. Passes the ball wide. Goes towards that sideline. Everybody playing wide at this point. Oh, and Gorson was tripped up. No call from the referee. Gordy is beside himself that he didn't get a call there. So Krajisnik is working on trying to get some pressure, but here comes New York again. It seems like every time Krajisnik gets into some sort of a rhythm, New York makes some plays. Cross over. It will be a throw-in for Krajisnik. Just misses a goal kick. Here comes Riley. And he calls the ball out of bounds again. So Riley having some problems on that tight sideline, being able to control that ball and maintain possession. New York still stealing the ball from him or causing him to fumble it out of bounds. So far, this has been quite the test for your Krajisnik Football Club premier team. Gordy coming through, applying pressure. The goalie coming out being an additional option, an additional player to generate opportunities to advance the ball through. So Krajisnik with the throw-in on far side. And again, New York is right there. They're putting 4 players right in a surrounding diamond for everything that Krajisnik is doing. And great opportunity for Riley Aree, but unfortunately he couldn't get to that pass. He couldn't get to that ball. So another throw-in for the Shockers. Thorstensen, easy for me to say, throwing in again. Everything seems to be on this side. He's involved in the majority of the plays. Referee calling out of bounds again. Now it's a Krajisnik throw-in. So Riley has the opportunity potentially get this ball in the middle where several players, including Ricky Orozco and Gordy, are sitting waiting. See if he can thread the needle here. Yep. So New York continuing to control the ball just a little bit better than Krajisnik. One of the Shocker players down, taking a knee. Dario was down on a knee on the near side of the field to your broadcast booth. And Krajisnik not playing to the whistle there. But now there's a call, and now there's a free kick for the Shockers as well. So big difference between youth and pro. Pros typically get that ball going real quick. Dangerous defensive play for Krajisnik on the back end by Adeline. But they went real quick versus youth where it's a little bit slower, a little more contained. These pro players, they go very fast. They don't want to wait for somebody else to set up, and they have these design plays. So corner kick for New York right now. Bouncing off of everybody like a pinball. Krajisnik with the defensive play. Another cross. And here comes Krajisnik with an opportunity. Gordy coming back. Riley is not there. Great move, ball through. There's Riley. And it's out of bounds. Gordy was looking for something in the field. Begier with the throw in again. switch on the field, right onto the foot of your Krajisnik players. Gordy applying some pressure. And the ball cleared by New York right into the middle of the field. No too hard on that header. Ball's out of bounds, and Krajisnik has a throw in. Adeline is going to be able to take that. Throw in right down the line. Riley right there again. And this time he ducks, goes off of Bagheer, heads up play by Riley. And it's a throw in for Krajisnik Football Club. We'll see if he takes it or he gives the opportunity to Adeline and then be able to get into the field, fill open space, which looks like it's exactly what he's going to do. Krajisnik with a straight line. Here comes Kyle Gentrick. Kyle loses possession. You can sense a little frustration as we hit the 26-minute mark for your opening half. And some frustration for Krajisnik that they haven't been able to generate any offense, and the ball is getting turned over all the time. New York always seems to be right there. Shockers came ready to play tonight, regardless of what the weather conditions are and what the field conditions are. Riley's struggling right now, but a good give and go. Gordy trying to get in there. And now there's full court press. Davy getting in there. Gordy coming wide, applying pressure on the outside. There's Riley. Great move, but because of that crash down style defense, foul on New York. They're not able to generate, but again, foul coming in. Bakir knocked down from behind, so he's got the free play. And Krajisnik looking to try and advance the ball as we hit our 27-minute mark. Great back play, back coverage. Trying to keep possession of that ball. There's Riley. Let's see if he's able to connect with one of his teammates or if he's just going to try and handle business himself. Nobody there for Krajisnik. Great play by Riley trying to get that ball through, but nobody was there. Missed opportunity. So really for the first half, that's the story right now. Missed opportunities for Krajisnik. New York is taking advantage of them. And as they come back into the offensive zone, ball arced into the box. Krajisnik lucky that the referee didn't call anything there with that hit in the box. Always up to the ref's discretion. You don't want to give them the opportunity to call a penalty kick. Pressure on the outside by Juan Alave. And a shot on goal from Kyle McFarland. And again, that wind taking that ball, pushing it wide, and also getting it up in the air. Flags here up on Warham Stadium. They are whipping in that wind, that is for sure. And that's a big example of what everybody is doing with out on the pitch today. Andrew Taylor with the goal kick. And the wind just takes it and brings it all the way to the fence. Now New York coming in off of that free throw off the sideline. They had a breakaway. Lucky for them, they had an offsides. And now a free kick for Krajisnik again. Andrew Taylor was right there, but that was one of those plays where New York was able to dissect what Krajisnik was doing. And Gordy's not able to get to that free kick there. Just missed opportunities for the first half so far. Throw in for New York. Ricky Orozco right there trying to take control. Riley over. And here's Gerson with the first opportunity. And they called him offsides. Gordy was right there. Cross went through the box. And the ref called the offsides. Beautiful passing within tight formation and tight defense from this New York team. And unfortunately, the offsides bit Gordy. So the referee is not happy about something. They're going to do it again. Long pass midfield. Krajisnik not able to maintain possession. Here comes Juan. Good coverage in the middle. Laser shot. Colin McFarland seems to be getting the shooting opportunities so far this evening. New York is carrying that ball down deep, centering it, and he's taking the one-timer shots. So Krajisnik has been able to weather that storm. Andrew Taylor with another goal kick. Playing that ball short, and now the long through pass, but unfortunately New York gets to that first. Great defensive shield, and we have a New York Shocker down. Brandon DaCosta takes a tumble on the field, gets a help up from his teammate, checks his shin guard, and moves on. So New York setting up a similar free kick. Elias is going to take this. He puts it right into the box while the Shockers move in. And now Krajisnik has to play really good defense here. Don't let a shot go off. And there's McFarland. And there you go. There's the first goal of the game. Shockers go ahead and take the early 1-0 lead. Kyle McFarland taking number 2 for the Shockers, taking the lead. And you can see the drop pass, and McFarland takes it right there. He didn't need to take a touch, and just barely out of the reach of Andrew Taylor. So at the 33-minute mark, Krajisnik now has a challenge on their hands. They haven't been very clean. They haven't been crisp. Had a bit of a struggle for the first half, but they have some time to try and gain the equalizer before they go in for halftime. I'm sure Tarek and JP will have some notes and things for this team to try and make some adjustments after halftime and be ready. Here comes another opportunity for the Shockers. Cross in, gets deflected out. And it looks like another opportunity for, yes, it is going to be a corner kick. But this is the MO for the Shockers right now, coming in down deep. Juan Alave right there playing strong against Elias. Elias has been taking a couple of these free kicks. He was involved in that goal-scoring opportunity. Ball crossing in. Andrew Taylor going for it. Went through a bunch of different bodies in his hands. And now the ball comes out and gets launched by Michael Marcello. Here's that corner kick again coming through. Andrew Taylor tangling up with one of the Shock players. Looks like Tenzin was right in there as they go and retrieve the soccer balls from over by the trees. We get ready for another goal kick. So Krajisnik needs to possess a little more here, connect their passes. And most of all, not panic. Taylor's goal kick comes right through on the foot of Gordy. Not too much communication. Ricky Roscoe right there in the middle of the field trying to cover right on the Herkimer General logo. And now, let's see what Krajisnik can do, but the Shockers are right there, stealing that ball, possessing. Here comes Ricky. And another opportunity that almost generated another breakaway towards the goal for Andrew Taylor to make another play. Luckily for Krajisnik, they end up with a throw-in. And Riley's not able to gain control of that ball. New York is doing a really, really good job movement throughout, playing in that diamond formation. Here comes one. What a touch off the foot. Long ball. Kyle Gentrick over to Riley. The wind seemed to be picking up even more, which is going to continue to cause issues with opportunities on the field. And it's not blowing towards one side or the other. It seems to be blowing diagonally right through the middle of the field. So there's no benefit from one team or the other. It's just a nasty wind and a big-time challenge right now to control the ball and connect long passes through the air. Great 1-2. There's the chip play. Here comes Riley. Can he beat it? It's coming down. Here's the first real opportunity. And score. So Riley Aree has had one heck of a challenge this afternoon or this evening for the first half, and he nets the first Krajisnik goal for the evening. Came right through, got it off of that long ball. And Bagheera was trying to grab him. Everybody was trying to hold him up, and he finishes the job, gets the ball by Ryan Henning. So 37.5-minute mark. Krajisnik Football Club gets the equalizer. And maybe now they'll calm down a little bit and start working with some momentum.
Goal scored by number 6, Riley Urey.
Shockers come right back, but the Krajisnik defense is right there. Here comes Riley. A little more pep in his step. Referee didn't like where he was about to launch that ball. Throws right back into the middle. There's Olave. Put it on the foot of Ricky Orozco, and off we go. Comes out wide to Riley. Riley's got two players coming. Oh, Riley's taken right down. Loses control of that ball, but there's Gordy. Pass in the middle. Comes back. Settles down on the foot of Adeline, and he's coming through, trying to generate. Here comes Ricky Orozco. Cross, and nobody there. Nobody was there on the back end of the box. So another opportunity, but Krajisnik now has been electrified by that goal by Riley. Come down deep, Ricky Orozco with the ball in the center, left shot, and a deflection going out of bounds. Looks like the referee called a corner, but you can see Ricky come across, ball's on his left, takes the left-footed shot, goes off of one of the Shockers. So at the 39-minute mark, we have a corner kick for the Krajisnik Football Club. Ball launched in. Went off of a number of Shockers, but Davi tried to take the bicycle kick or the roundhouse kick to try and put a shot on goal, missed the ball, and now there's a foul here. New York has a free kick almost towards the center of the pitch. Close enough. Just a simple play for New York. And the referee has issued a yellow. Looks like maybe for Kyle Gentrick. Looks like Kyle is still talking with one of his teammates, might be balking about the play and what took place. But at any rate, we have the first yellow of the game. So obviously Kyle wants to be careful. So number 19, we have confirmation. Number 19, Denilson Munoz received the yellow card. Ball out, down into the defensive end. So another corner for New York. And we have Elias. Elias is going to take that corner again. He's the go-to guy for New York, doing the corners. Andrew Taylor coming out. He's out of position. Krajisnik right there with defense. Shot on goal and score. Taylor was out of position, and then by the time he got in the pipes, he didn't see the ball. New York's able to take a 2-1 lead. Michael Marcello puts the second goal in for this first half on the 41-minute mark. And Krajisnik right back to a situation of finding that rhythm and finding that magic to get the equalizer. Ricky Orozco playing in the middle along with Davi. Kyle Gentrick going out wide to Olave. Olave gets beaten. Here comes Ricky covering in the middle. And Kyle Gentrick getting back. Another crossover. Oh, good thing Taylor was right there. So there have been a couple of plays in that back corner with Adeline where it's been a bad bounce or a bad move. Shockers with the ball. Ricky Orozco on it. Gordy with a quick chip. Here comes Kyle. Outside to Riley. Let's see what Riley can do. Big touch, big lead. Nice cross. And New York is right there. Puts the ball, and we get another corner. Krajisnik with another corner kick, 43 minutes into the game. As Riley gets ready, this is another opportunity for Krajisnik to rush in on the goal, potentially get that equalizer before halftime. Ball comes in. Gordy Gerson calling for a handball. Another shot, another deflection in the front. New York clears out with a bicycle kick. Ricky Orozco trying to play out, and New York is on the run. Krajisnik is caught with only two defenders back. Cross coming in, and the defense is able to survive that breakout from the corner kick. So many Krajisnik players, 3 or 4 Krajisnik players, take shots on goal throughout that entire process. The defensive swarm in front of the goaltenders really protected that goal because their goaltender, Ryan Henning, did not have any position or anything enabling him to make the play, so he had to rely on his teammates. Teammates basically built one big wall and was able to clear the ball out. Ball comes off of Bagir. Riley Uri has an opportunity for a throw-in as we approach our 45-minute mark. We'll see how many extra minutes of bonus time are going to be for the first half. Big throw-in. Gordy pops one back. Ricky Orozco Covers over, header in. And Gordy is down in the box. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Jorge Lozada was down in the box. Another breakaway for New York. Defense overplaying and pressure on the ball. Rude Apollon bringing that ball up and through the middle. We're 30 seconds over the 45-minute mark for your opening half. Another ball launched down. See what Andrew decides to do here. He has all the time and all the space. Brings the ball back into the box. Switches the field, nice and simple, nice and easy. Lozada getting into the play. Olave getting into the play. Krajisnik trying to intercept those crossing plays. Always going to Olave's side. Coming from the scoreboard side across. Here goes Riley. Riley playing back to the center back. And we have a runner. Problem is the ball is hit too hard. Nobody's there. Not able to capitalize on that opportunity. Get a breakaway along the sideline. And there's halftime. So as the rain continues to come down, a little more severe than when we started, the New York Shockers have come in ready to compete against this undefeated Krajisnik team. And Krajisnik is down 2-1 as we go into your halftime. And so hopefully coaching staff will be able to make some adjustments, maybe a couple of substitutions, generate a little more offense. But really, it's been a crisp game so far for the Shockers, but not so crisp of passes and connecting opportunities for your Krajisnik football club. Wind has something to do with it, and the weather has something to do with it, but when you can't connect passes on the field without the ball getting into the air, that causes a big problem. So Krajisnik has to go in and make some adjustments. The Shockers are playing good, solid soccer so far, so we'll see what happens with the second half. We'll be back after these messages. Thank you so much.
Real estate sales and purchases are the most important transactions of your life, making it essential you hire the right real estate agent. I'm Greg Fanning with the Property Pros team at eXp Realty. Over the last 4 years, I have amassed a network of industry leaders to help before, during, and after your deal closes, resulting in a 5-star rating, leaving you with happy memories. Whether it's residential or commercial, relocation or investments, I'm the only realtor you'll ever need. Well, welcome back. We're here over at Wareham Stadium where the New York Shockers have come in and, for lack of a better term, shocked the United League Krajisnik Football Club for the first half. So, on this nipply evening up here in Herkimer, New York, at the field of the Wareham Stadium field for the Herkimer Generals, the New York Shockers are up 2-1. Really a first half showcasing good passing, good movement by New York, and Krajisnik not able to take advantage of the opportunities that were presented to them, where the top forwards and the top strikers were not able to get to the through balls that either came through the air or came on the ground. So Krajisnik really needs to make that adjustment. A couple of housekeeping things while we're waiting for the two teams to come back out from the halftime festivities and from the locker rooms. First and foremost, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. Without you guys, we're not able to do things like these broadcasts and put this product out onto the field. So thank you to all of our sponsors. Also, United League Krajisnik Football Club is not just pro players or youth players. There are opportunities for youth academy. We just started up academy this spring, so traveling to different areas, playing out in Syracuse, playing at tournaments all spring long. Really great opportunities for youth soccer players who are looking to take their soccer game to the next level, providing all of those opportunities for the local youth programs. So we are always looking to add players to our rosters and provide those opportunities to the Youth Soccer Association here in the Mohawk Valley. And so you saw one of the slides with the QR code. Go ahead, scan that QR code, brings you right to our website for United League Krajisnik Football Club and gives you all the information to be able to register and join one of our teams. Also, a couple of tournaments coming up. The youth programs for the region, we're going to have a tournament. United League Krajisnik Football Club is going to have their first summer tournament up here at HCCC. And yes, some youth programs or youth teams are going to be able to play right here at Wareham Stadium. So sign up for that tournament. We're still looking for some teams, and we still have some slots available. So that's going to be the weekend of August 1st. So it's Saturday and Sunday, 2-day tournament. Fill out your applications online. Also, the Livy Strong Foundation. We are going to be participating. We're one of the leagues that gets heavily involved in the Livy Strong Foundation. Their Soccer Fest is going to be taking place coming up in probably about a month or so. So they are always looking for additional teams. It's a 2-day tournament. On Saturday, the AYSO group, play, and then Sunday is the club programming. Battle of the Hill, as you're seeing on your screen right now, August 2nd and 3rd at Herkimer College here for the boys and girls programs, U10 through U18. Everybody register, scan that QR code. Goes right to our tournaments, and go ahead and register. And, register for Livy Strong as well. So big thank you to our sponsors again. And as the teams take the field here, we're going to see what adjustments and what changes New York makes, and also, even more importantly, what the changes and adjustments Tarek and JP do for Krajisnik Football Club. See if they can come out here, find the equalizer, and then take the lead. So as the teams come out, we're going to take a quick little break, and then we will be right back with you for second half action from Wareham Stadium here in Herkimer, New York.
Real estate sales and purchases are the most important transactions of your life, making it essential you hire the right real estate agent. I'm Greg Fanning with the Property Pros team at eXp Realty. Over the last 4 years, I have amassed a network of industry leaders to help before, during, and after your deal closes, resulting in a 5-star rating, leaving you with happy memories. Whether it's residential or commercial, relocation or investments, I'm the only realtor you'll ever need.
Well, here we go. Second half, we're ready to play here. There have been some changes to your United Elite Krajisnik Football Club's player roster. You have Dragan out on the field. Also, Andrew Shamuk has come off of the bench. We're running through our roster here to see the additional changes. Jorge Lozada is sitting out the second half. Krajisnik now controlling. So Dragan back on the field. And Adeline is off for the second half. And Victor Sasachik takes his position there. So number 17 is on the field. And Dragan, number 12, is on the field. So we've made a couple of really good substitutions and some adjustments, something that we were knowing that was going to take place. And as Krajisnik is controlling, ball coming in again. New York is onside. So as Krajisnik is moving forward, controlling that ball in the middle of the field. Rain's still coming down here. The wind is still whipping through. So there's a free kick coming for New York.
And New York asking for 10. The Shockers are lining up at the top of the 18 there. Make sure that nobody is offsides. Free kick coming in and goes right through everybody. Goal kick up at the top. So Dragan is playing on the outside. You still have Gordy Gerson playing in the center. And Dragan is pressing up high and pressing that defensive line, looking for a through ball. You put Gordy and Dragan up on the front line. That's a lot of speed and a lot of power, especially with Dragan. He can take the long shots. And a couple of defensive substitutions as well, increasing the size on that back line for Krajisnik, enabling them to handle the size of the New York Shockers as well. A little bit better of a position as this second half is just underway with your New York Shockers up 2-1 against United League Krajisnik Football Club. So Krajisnik needs to work a little bit here, get that equalizer, and then be able to move forward in taking the lead. Again, undefeated, 4-0. Gerson applying the pressure, and here comes the speed of Dragan applying pressure as well. Ricky Orozco coming in, and it looks like Krajisnik coming out in the second half with a lot more energy, a lot more sense of urgency. Wanalave putting that ball back in, taking care of the throw-in. Drops the ball back. 1-2. Flip into the middle. And Andrew Shimaka back on the field, playing defensive role right in the middle, playing one of the center backs coming down. Gordy wasn't able to control that ball. So they're coming down through. Gordy's running right through the middle. And you had Riley on the outside. Riley is was the player that wasn't able to control that ball. Now it's a goal kick, but Gordy is staying high. You notice he's right by the 18, trying to cheer his teammates on. Looks like he's got the Yellows captain's badge this evening, and pressing high while the long kick comes in. Ricky Orozco hits that ball, but then he loses it. Olave presses too much into the middle, but he's able to recover. Dragan drops back. And Ricky Orozco working hard in the middle. Oh, big knock off of the ball. McFarland there, who made the first goal for the Shockers in the first half. Now the ball coming right back out. A little bit of ping pong ball going on here. Here comes Taylor. Taylor gobbles that up without any issues. They play the ball wide. Nice and simple, right back into the middle. And looking wide, connects that pass. Here comes Riley coming up the outside. Chips the ball in. Dragan's on that side. So is Gerson. Shot from Olave, maybe. There's the cross. Unfortunately, that didn't result in a goal, but Krajisnik coming out and really trying to move that ball. They did achieve getting a corner kick. So Gerson is going to take that corner kick. Gordy is going to take that. Let's see what generates from it. Low and driving. Header in. And cleared out by the Shockers. Riley's right there with the touch. And Ryan Henning with the ball goes out wide Riley is not there to apply any pressure or try and cut it off. Olave's playing high. Now it looks like a wrap run from the Shockers. You got four players right in the box. Here comes Olave. 3 or 4 Shockers on, gets the ball to Dragan. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's New York ball as Dragan takes a spill on the outside. But Olave showing off his footwork, and he's able to keep that ball in play, try and get the ball over to Dragan. Unfortunate miss kick. Gordy is right there. Ricky Orozco trying to get control of the ball, but New York is once again showing connections. Ball's out of bounds, so it's a Krajisnik throw-in. Olave waiting for a ball from one of the ball boys on the sidelines. Olave throws it in real quick. Oh, great chip, but unfortunately New York is right there. Shockers are right there to take control of the ball again. They have their own chip. The ball goes out of bounds and out of the back end. So Krajisnik is fortunate to be able to survive that specific play. Quick drop off, coming right up through the middle. And there are options wide. He hits Riley. Riley's got to figure out how to get through this New York defense, with the exception of that one play that he was able to dribble through and get the goal for Krajisnik. He hasn't been able to have an answer towards getting the ball up the field and generating any electricity within this offensive group. They've had the New York Shockers team has had an answer for Riley Uri all day long. Ball bouncing around in the box. Here comes Ricky Orozco. Gets the ball out to Riley. Riley's got a speedster right behind him, knocking him off the ball. Fighting through. Loses possession. Davi right there. Ball goes out wide. Victor Stashik gets the ball in. Ricky Orozco right there. Pass through the middle. Riley cutting through. New York blocking the passes. So the Shockers have come out and they've been able to weather the storm of Krajisnik Football Club coming through as we hit our 11th minute of the second half. Juan Olave's got to get back. He's right there. Takes control of that first touch mishap for New York. Always telling our youth players to work on first touch. It is so important to have that control. And now 2 plays in a row, Olave has a couple of mishaps. And they call the slide tackle foul right up above the key. He's reaching for a card. Is he going to card somebody? And there is a yellow card. So Andrew Shamuk gets the yellow, number 13 for Krajisnik, making that play. Dragan's right on the ball there, having a conversation with the referee. Rain still coming down. The wind seems to be picking up even more so. Got to give all the fans here that came out to this game a lot of credit. It's pretty cold out there. They're all standing here supporting their team. Referee walks off the 10. Andrew Taylor in the back post, directing traffic, setting up the wall, being able to be ready to make another stellar play in the pipes. Elias takes the hit, goes right into the wall, and out comes Dragan, applying some pressure. But now you got a free player from the shock. And Dario Franco Hernandez applies pressure to Andrew Taylor. He was offside, so quick play. Krajisnik now playing with a little more sense of urgency. Even though we're only 13 minutes into, almost 14 minutes in, Krajisnik has to start generating something. Dragan's right there. Ran into a wall of 3 or 4 players. Krajisnik more into yelling and screaming at the referees instead of making the play. But here comes Olave. Olave right there. They call the foul. And it's a penalty kick. It's a penalty kick. So there's a penalty kick. Looks like the play with the defensive play taking out Gerson, 3 of the players. Looks like a penalty kick, and Gerson's going to take it. New York is arguing left and right, and the referee is adamant about getting out of the box and clearing the box. Wouldn't be surprised if all of the arguing and everything, if the ref standing there talking to everybody, giving everybody directions. Wouldn't be surprised if they don't start listening. He starts handing out yellows. Box is cleared, and Gerson with the opportunity for the equalizer. And there it is. What a shot. Gordy Gerson with the equalizer, hitting bottom corner on the penalty kick. Goaltender didn't stand a chance. Goaltender goes one side. Gordy Gerson goes the opposite way, and now we have a tie game.
Goal scored by number 3, Gordy Gerson.
So you can pause for like 2 seconds so the mic can connect because it's old. Yeah, so that's why they always like 2 seconds because and then you can announce on it.
I feel like it never worked out.
That's because you got to pause.
So Krajisnik with the equalizer off of the penalty kick. Olave over to Ricky Orozco. And now we have ball coming up. Riley trying to advance it along the line. Oh, big launching throw in. Riley trying to generate some offense. And it's free kick for New York. Victor Stashik over on the far side of the defense. Ball coming in. Good defense by Krajisnik. Header back from Olave. Ball rolling out. No pressure right now by New York. Dragan trying to control. Through ball. Here comes Olave. Cross coming through on a diagonal run. Not able to capitalize on that. However, Krajisnik starting to generate some additional energy and additional play. 17.5 minutes into the second half. Gordy Gerson applying pressure.
Ball thrown out, and here comes Dragan again. So that's the pressure that putting a front line of Gerson and Dragan does for Krajisnik. Lots of speed, lots of movement. Here comes Riley on the far side. Free kick. Got caught up in that wind. Wind knocked it down. Goes out to Victor. Victor Stashik. Cutting across. Still carrying. Ball to Davi. Out to Riley. Riley trying to generate. Didn't connect the pass. And offsides for New York. Daryl Jeffrey for New York was moving up the field. He was one of the substitutions for the New York Shockers. And at halftime, he was trying to get past the defensive line but was offsides.
Oh, he used to play for us. We still have our profile picture. He used to play for us. Why the referees communicating or they're talking?
So the refs are having a conversation. A couple of the fans are doing VAR TV virtual replay. Uncertain what the conversation is about, and he's pulling. It looks like the ref might be pulling cards again. And there is a red card that is pulled. And New York is livid. He's pleading his case, and the ref is like, nope, I don't think so. Go sit down. So it looks like Bart Hilary for New York, who continues to plead his case and is talking to both of the refs now with no avail. It looks like potentially he is the one that received the red card. Doesn't appear that anybody has walked off the field yet. And now he's walking. He's pleaded his case, and he's walking off the field now. Free kick right at the top of the box. And Gerson looks like Gerson's going to take this kick. Victor Stashik standing there. So is Dragan. Dragan's now going to enter the box. Gerson is still there. Riley's playing wide. Victor's there. Victor's moving into the box now. And now Victor comes back out of the box. So they're playing a little cat and mouse here with the setup, trying to figure out who's going to take the kick, who's not. Players for Krajisnik move in and come out. Gerson takes the hit, goes right into New York. The referee just made a call, and Dragan is pleading his case as well. So a lot of negotiating going on. Ryan Henning going ahead for free kick. So we're at the 22.5-minute mark. Tie game 2-2. Whole lot more action in the second half here right from the get-go. Both of these teams have felt each other out. They know what they're trying to do and have made adjustments not only to the roster of players out on the pitch, but now a nice ball for Riley. A lot of water on that field right now. Takes a little bit of a tumble, but he's right back up. Goes in deep, cross ball. Henning takes the save. Got to shoot that ball. Came across, held on to it, and the cross came in, but potentially would have had a better opportunity if he would have shot the ball a little bit earlier. Ball cleared out to mid. Victor's right there. They were playing the ball. New York is calling for a foul, but they're not going to get it. That was shoulder to shoulder, playing aggressively, and they were playing for the ball. That was a clean play. Olave going into the middle. Ball comes out. Victor goes wide. You can see how much moisture is on that field with those bright lights. These players are working hard. The game is getting a little chippy, but still highly competitive. Ball comes up. Playing wide, Ricky Orozco being there. Gerson trying to get the ball. Still in the box, playing a little bit of light pressure. He knows that Henning is going to move and roll the ball behind, but that doesn't mean you don't pressure your goaltenders, that's for sure. Ball comes back out. Cal Gentrick has it. Ball comes back into the middle. Great play out to Ricky Orozco. Lots of room, lots of space. Plays out wide to Olave. Ricky goes in the middle. Olave's got a couple of different options. Nice move. Gerson all the way in, going into the box. Now Krajisnik applying a lot of pressure, a lot of heat, trying to get that third goal, take that lead late in the game. 25.5 minutes into the second half. Players are arguing with the referee, and play goes on. Victor knocked in the back. Ball comes back out to center pitch. And New York still having conversations with the referee. They get the free ball, but they're still complaining. Krajisnik with control. Andrew Taylor ready to go. Ball gets rolled out. Krajisnik continuing to control deep in their own zone. Weak chop, but nobody there for New York, so no harm, no foul. Now Gordy's deep in the offensive zone. Ball going to the middle. Ricky not there. But here comes Riley. Is he going to rip it? Oh, he should have shot the ball. There's the shot, and it goes wide. Too many delays. Riley coming right across. Should have shot the ball right there. But New York able to bring a defender over. Goaltender was right there. Now Dragan there for the corner. Ball in play. And there's a foul called against Krajisnik in the box. New York free kick. Dragan coming in, giving pressure. Ball switched over. So foul. And New York still complaining about the foul, even though they get possession of the ball. Referee marks off the 10. Krajisnik gets into defensive play. New York lining up at that 18 again. About to charge into the box. Ball is live, comes in. Taylor's right there. Ball comes out. Everybody's yelling for a handball, but play continues. Begier just shoves Ricky Orozco to the ground from behind. And now Victor, quick play off to Kyle Gentrick. There's Ricky Orozco in the middle. Long ball, trying to hit Dragan. That wind has made all the difference in some of these long ball plays. Here comes Olave. Dragan in front of him. Ricky Orozco in front of him. Gordy Gerson is trying to play the timing game up at the top. Here comes Riley. Gerson's right there. Riley takes control. Olave in the center. So as we come up on the 30-minute mark for the second half, Krajisnik working hard here. Olave coming down. And the ref calls another foul for the New York Shockers. So as long as Krajisnik continues to turn the ball over with free kicks like this, it's going to be tough to get that third goal. Here comes Gerson. Almost got to that pass. Ball on the outside. Riley opening up. Gerson coming through, trying to slide tackle pass. Victor drops it back. Gentrick across. Riley is there. Krajisnik looking for a switch. Ricky Orozco on the outside, trying to keep control. Riley's right there. Riley breaking ankles, but he's got to cross the ball, switch the field, ball back into the middle. And New York is right there. Too many opportunities to switch the field, open players on the opposite end. And now New York. New York had that through ball. Nobody followed through. You see a couple of Krajisnik players on the sideline potentially warming up, or at least they're running around trying to keep warm in this windy evening in Herkimer, New York. Big thank you to Herkimer County Community College, where we get to play these games outside in Wareham Stadium. On Pro Turf up here, where the Herkimer Generals play their sports. Olave pressing in, comes out on a diagonal run, interrupts the play, but you still get a crossover. And nobody on the opposite side for New York. So Krajisnik gets a little lucky that New York is not pressuring on that backside. New York still with the play. Dragan going in, providing pressure on Elias, who has played this entire game for New York. Elias has been taking the corners from the first half. He's still in for the center play for New York Shockers. There's McFarland coming through the middle. Nobody really stepping to him, and he's dangerous. And the ball eats up Andrew Taylor, and it's 3-2. Nobody stepped. Nobody stepped to McFarland. Nobody got in the way. And now you've got a 3-2 deficit for Krajisnik Football Club. I don't quite understand why everybody is standing around looking at that ball. Nobody stepped. Nobody played. Maybe the wind caught that a little bit, but that's a play that your goalkeeper has to make. And the look on Gordy's face says it all. We have a substitution coming in. Looks like Dragan might be going out.
No, they're playing three in the back. Riley's still there.
Laso has come onto the field. They got three in the back. Dragan's still on the field. We're trying to figure out who came out of the game. Dragan carrying the ball up. Here's Olave going wide. So now Krajisnik needs to really apply the pressure to New York because they're in a lot of trouble. Here comes Victor. Everybody playing really high, really strong. Only two defensive players for Krajisnik controlling and patrolling the middle. As the ball comes through, here comes Ricky Orozco from behind trying to disrupt things. And Andrew Shamuk is there to make the play. So Krajisnik didn't step to the player, didn't interrupt the shot, and they let McFarland, who scored the first goal of this game and opened up the scoring for this match, let him take that shot. And he's a dangerous player right from the middle, had all the time in the world, had all the space in the world, and he made Krajisnik pay for their mistake. Here comes Riley coming up the sideline. Three New York players got by all three of them, but then lost control. Riley thought it was Krajisnik throw, but it's a New York Shockers throw. Riley trying to pull a fast one there. Sometimes you can get away with that on the pitch. Most times not. Everybody taking their sweet time getting this ball back in. And for Krajisnik, that's not a good thing because you're approaching the 36th minute. You got 9 minutes plus any bonus time for the remainder of this game. And right now their 4-0 record is in jeopardy of having a 1 in the loss column. On the referee, looks like our red carded player never left. The Shockers player never left the field. The referee, I think, is giving him the instruction he needs to leave the field because he received a red card and he's been disqualified from the game. So he may hold up play here until Michael Marcello leaves the field. And Gordy has been subbed out. So Gordy comes out, productive game, got the goal for the second goal for the team, and he is replaced by Max Palovich. Oh, Max on the field. He played for the UPSL men's team last season as well. So nice to see his face back on the field for Krajisnik. And Krajisnik now trying to generate some speed and some energy, trying to get this going. Riley with the through ball. Here comes Dragan. New York calling for a foul. Referee letting everybody play. Dragan very quickly over to the corner. And Krajisnik setting up for an opportunity here. 38 minutes into the game, or into the second half. Krajisnik calling for another handball. But more importantly, you got one New York player, the Shocker player, coming back. Krajisnik is able to recover. Chip ball through. There's Victor, but here comes McFarland. And now you have two Shockers coming into the 18. Cross play. No real mustard on that one. Long pass, shielding. That ball is still in, still live. And Victor clears the ball out. It's a New York possession, New York throw-in. So the New York Shockers are really in the driver's seat here. Dragan moving down. So is Victor. Max in open space out there trying to fill the gap. Ricky Orozco, the two of them are going to talk together. No real sense of urgency again to get the ball back into play. And we have a goal kick. So great play by Dragan, applying in pressure right away. Comes out wide. Long ball, past midfield, but nobody there. Not a single blue shirt for Krajisnik. Henning brings the ball back deep into the box. So applied the pressure there, but that long ball, there wasn't a single Krajisnik player within 10 yards of that ball being launched. Ricky Orozco. And there's a pretty significant collision right at the beginning of the logo for the Herkimer Generals. And there's a Shocker player down. So it looks like Elias is going to take this kick again. And he's really been the catalyst for all these long kicks today. Puts one right into the box. And there's Taylor. So Krajisnik let somebody get back there. Ken and Tebow got behind the line. Now the ball comes out to Olave. Olave has it. Looking for that cross. Little chip with his left. But the Shockers are able to contain 42 minutes into this half. Definitely going to have a little bonus time. Question is whether or not it's going to be long enough for Krajisnik to get the equalizer. And we have a New York Shocker on the far side of the field. He's down, getting help, walking off. That's Daryl Jeffrey. Doesn't look like he's going to get a sub. Referee doesn't want to know about it. Yep, so Darryl jumps right back in. However, it looks like Elias is getting subbed out for New York Shockers. Productive day for him. Waiting for his substitute to turn around so I can see his number. So number 10, Garrett DeRosia takes the field, takes Elias' spot. And we're off and running again. 44 minutes. Taylor right there with the ball. Quick throw out. Victor on the wide side. Krajisnik still trying to break that line. Take the ball, give it to Dragan, but right now, Krajisnik needs to be looking for the cross. Here's they need to take the shot here, and Henning has the ball. So I think Riley early needs to. I think Riley needs to work on shooting the ball for this next week for practices for the next game because he holds on to the ball way too long. That was a great opportunity for Krajisnik to potentially get the equalizer. That could have been the last opportunity. The referee is calling a free kick for New York. And as we hit the 45th minute, some of the fans are starting to hit the road and hit the parking lot. And Kyle McFarland ready to take this kick. He has capitalized twice today with ball in the back of the net and given, most importantly, the Shockers their third goal. And we'll see how they play this. Dario Hernandez gets subbed out for New York. And now we're finally ready to get that free kick going as we're now into bonus time. So let's see how McFarland plays this. You got a runner coming in. Chip in. Got a free goal kick. Comes out short. Coming out wide. Drives the ball down towards the offensive line, but nobody is there challenging the ball. Riley in the middle of the field, didn't even move towards it. Forwards on the front line, not attacking. Here comes Victor trying to feed the ball through. Ricky Orozco got a good through ball, but there's Henning to swallow that up and gobble that up. Dragan was on the move, but he was never going to get there. Here comes Ricky trying to battle through there. There's So. Gentrick gets knocked off of the ball. Ball's out of bounds. And now a quick throw in. And they'll do it again. New York doing a substitution. Number 12 for New York gets a yellow card. So Michael Marcello, he gets a yellow card. Potentially for delay of game. Substitution comes in. Michael's making the long walk around. Here comes Victor. Victor bringing the ball up. Dragan trying to get the ball through the middle. Nice through ball there. A free kick for Krajisnik. Krajisnik needs to move quickly here. No telling how much more bonus time is available. He's walking it off. Krajisnik needs to be careful. They're not offsides. This is where they got to get the equalizer.
He went to shoot the ball. He went to shoot the ball. You got everybody in the box. Cross the ball.
So now we've got a corner. Looks like Dragan taking the corner. Ball comes in, arcing. So with the bicycle kick, header back, coming to the middle. Nice shot on goal, save by Herring. A couple of shots on goal that looked like mishits. Krajisnik trying to do anything and everything in their power to get that equalizer. There comes Riley again. Free ball in the box, but now cleared. All the defensive players were all the way up on the field in the offensive zone, resetting back to the goaltender. Here comes Riley. Riley with the header. And they called offsides. Free kick outside of the key. And a shout out to Jamie Chapp out there. She's our photographer for Krajisnik Football Club and Whitestown ASO with the clear bag poncho going out there. She's been a trooper taking pictures all night long. You'll see those online. Check out our social media on Instagram and Facebook. There's Dragan trying to make a play. It goes right through the New York Shocker. But big shout out to Jamie for braving the elements and being out there taking all the photographs and everything for our social media pages. And if you're not following United Elite Krajisnik Football Club on social media, you really should. We've got a lot of great content out there, including Whitestown ASO, the AYSO program out there for Whitestown. We run that program. So it would be a good opportunity for you to see some really good stuff. We have another yellow being handed out to Juan Olave. And Olave is pleading his case, so is Riley. And Bagheera going in and telling all of his teammates to get away from the ref. No need to add any fuel to the fire. Anybody else to get yellows or a potential red. New York has already had a player get a red card and get disqualified from the game. Don't need another one in New York's view of things. There's been a lot of extra play here. We're 52 minutes in, 52 and a half minutes in on the second half. Krajisnik really needs to hustle here. Can't have much more time available. And I'm sure a lot of this bonus time was with the red card. Ball is brought up very quickly out of the back third into the neutral zone, up to midfield. Now there's a cross ball in the air. Can't quite get past the tall players of New York. Max working on it hard there. Here comes Ricky Orozco, and there is the match. So United League Krajisnik Football Club, even though they had a one-player advantage with that red card, is not able to come away with the victory this evening. So there goes the perfect season so far. 5 games in, 4 wins, 1 loss. But in full time, 98 minutes of play time. Your final score: New York Shockers again, and New York Shockers have 3, and United League Krajisnik Football Club with 2. So a couple of upcoming games. Everybody get your tickets or buy your season passes. You can find season passes on the Krajisnik Football Club website. And so upcoming home game, the women open up on the 28th, which is a Wednesday evening, 7 o'clock here at home in Herkimer at HCCC. And then the men will be back on the field on Saturday the 31st at 7 p.m. Yours truly, Greg Fanning, for United League Krajisnik Football Club Broadcasting. I will be here broadcasting both of these, and these will be broadcasted on YouTube. Love to see you come out to the field. Hopefully we're a little warmer than the 40 or 50 degrees it was outside tonight, and a little bit better for conditions and rain and all that. Let's hope we have a beautiful evening. Sunshine, no clouds, all that fun stuff. But come on out and support these teams. This is the UPSL leagues. Semi-pro players. They work really, really hard. They're all local and, playing against top competition. As much as Krajisnik was not able to come away with the win tonight, they're a very talented team, and a lot of these players also spend countless hours giving back to the local community in the Mohawk Valley. Come out and support them just as much as they support you. $10 at the door, and if you're a player for United League Krajisnik Football Club, wear your jersey. Youth players, wear your jersey to the field. You get in for free. $10 door fee for parents and family members. But great opportunity to come out and play watch them play some semi-pro ball here. Big thank you to our producer, our statistician, and scoreboard monitor, and Abby. Anel Pajatovic, our president of our board, for him being here, being a radio DJ tonight. And I am Greg Fanning for United League Krajisnik Football Club, not only board member but also coach and regional commissioner for Whitestown ASO. We thank you for tuning into our YouTube channel this evening for the match between New York Shockers and United League Krajisnik Football Club. Krajisnik falls this evening to New York, but they were sure to bounce back for their next home game on the 31st here in Herkimer at 7 o'clock. Everybody check out the website, sign up for your tournaments, and enjoy the remainder of your week. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, and I will be back here in the booth on Wednesday the 28th at 7 p.m. for the women's UPSL game. Everybody come out, support that team, and look forward to seeing you at the field. Thanks so much, everybody. Enjoy your evening. Again, final score tonight, New York Shockers 3, United Krajisnik Football Club 2.